Make the most of every moment because you never know, any second it could just change just like that. When life hands you surprises, find a way to rise above them and live your dreams, guys. That's all you can do, right? Don't let it get you down because you never know. 5 years later and here we are. This weekend is the first ever Southeastern YouTuber collaboration get-together. What do we want to call it? We haven't decided yet. I called it a get-together, but it really is a collaboration and a get-together. It's hard to say because the people that are coming are more than just some strangers you met online. They're friends, and I can't wait. I cannot wait for them to get here. Hey!
Hi!
He made it!
Oh, I'm not even in screen. Hey!
I know! Hi! Cam's here! Mwah.
It's good to see you.
Now we just have to find Mike. Shall we just yell for him?
Is he in?
He's here.
Young guy.
We found Mike Van Doozy and Kaylee, his wife, his beautiful wife, and it is now time to sit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow down right there. I was a little excited and I got a little ahead of myself. I have 5 tips on how to make the most of any event if you have a chronic illness. And step number 1 is, are you planning this event? Do you have control at all over how the travel is made, how the transportation is given, how much you're walking, how much you're wandering around, how much time do you have to sit? Is there a place to sit? Can you find a comfortable spot? How long between lunch and dinner? Any of these things, do you have any control over that? Because if you do, use that control to do your best. Because when you're organizing a group, it's not always easy, but to do your best to find ways that will accommodate you and that will give you those moments and let people know to expect that you're going to move a little slower because it's the only way you can move and still, in the end, be okay. But what do you do if you didn't plan it? You don't have any control. You just know where you're going and somebody else made all the plans. Well, let's be realistic. Communicate with them. Tell them what you need. If they are somebody who loves you or cares about you, they're going to understand and they're going to make accommodations for you. If you're getting together with a group of people that aren't that close to you and they're really there for the whole event, and let's say it's a wedding, I mean, they're not going to change everything for you, right? Well, here's what you do. You might have to sit out of something. You might have to make your plans slightly different than theirs. You may have to find your own accommodations and your own way around. And you know what? That's okay. Because it's better than having to pay more in the end than you think it's worth it. You have to make sure that whatever you do, no matter what it is, that it's worth whatever the cost is for you. And minimizing that cost is what these 5 steps are all about. I planned the event. I did my best. It did not go as planned. Usually when I plan, not only does God laugh, but so does everybody else. Plan was to take the Red Train tours around the city of St. Augustine. You just sit on the train and enjoy the ride and get off when you want to check out individual things. Here is where the train went off the tracks, so to speak.
Across the street, the Castillo de San Marcos. I will make it to the Castillo, but it will not be for about 40 minutes into the tour at the minimum. So if you wanted to go there quicker, you can cross the street from here and walk about 5 minutes, get to the Castillo, or ride with me for about an hour.
Okay, let's do it.
Cat-free.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Oh, are we there yet?
Nope.
Are we there yet?
Nope.
Are we there yet?
Nope.
One tip that I will always give is give me coffee and I will continue onward. Step 2, advance self-care and build a Spoonie reserve. The week before your event, whatever it is, it doesn't matter if it's going out to dinner with your spouse, if it's having a YouTuber get together, if it's going to a wedding, the week before, you need to make sure that you are doing several things. Your self-care has to be optimal, above average. Do more than you ever would normally to make sure that you get as rested as you can, to make sure that you are eating properly, that you are properly hydrated, that you are, did I mention rested as much as you can? Anything you can do to sort of build up a, you know, the Spoonie theory. If you don't know the Spoonie theory, I will put a link to the Spoonie theory, the original one, down below so that you can check it out. We all know it doesn't quite equal out that way. You give out more spoons than you end up saving when you don't do things, but at the same time, you can slowly build a reserve. That's the idea, to build a Spoonie reserve so that on the day of whatever it is, you have a little bit of extra to go on. The night before your event, get to bed early, eat a good meal, stay hydrated, same exact thing, only you want to do it like really do it. That's the day that is like go-to. You need that rest. You're going to need that for the next day. Believe me. Did I do that? Well, you tell me. Like I said, you should get plenty of rest the night before your big get-together. Well, it's 4 in the morning. You heard me right, 4 in the morning. And I'm not asleep. And we're supposed to leave here by 7:30. Well, there is something going down. When the road is long, when you're feeling low, with every breath, don't forget how far you come. I've got another confession, my friend. I'm no fool. He was a boy, she was a girl. Can I make it any more obvious? He was a punk, she did ballet. What more can I say? Yeah, that's what I did the week before the event. I'm going to show you everything that you should not do also, by the way. Step 3, know your limits. Ask for help. Stay hydrated while out there. Yeah, do that too. I didn't, can you tell? I'm still recovering, I think. During your event, give yourself a break. Don't beat yourself up. You can only do so much. Don't push yourself. If somebody says, for example, okay, let's walk the 1.5 miles back to the car now. You say, how about I wait here and you get the car? Don't do it. Don't walk that 1.5 miles. Not if you're not capable of doing it. If it's not something that you should be doing, don't do it. I did it. Yes, I did that. I want to clarify something here. As a Spoonie, we know that there are going to be things that we want to do that we're going to pay for later on, and we're okay accepting that. The entire point of this video is to minimize those things, to minimize the effect of those things. And looking back, it took me a little bit to figure out something. There's really only one thing that I did that day that I truly regret, and that was walking 1.5 miles back to the car when I should have asked for help. But I realized later on, I was clinging to the past. And I was clinging to the past because I'd had such a MerMazing day. I found my long-lost cousins and aunts and uncles.
Timey and Pam back here swinging. They're the swingers of the group. There's Pam and Timey right here. They're just causing extra squeaks on the screen.
I did so many amazing things that I didn't even think I could or would. I did things that I knew I shouldn't have been doing. And when I started doing them, I realized that's what the point of this vlog was going to be. When I started doing those things and I was having so much fun and I knew I shouldn't be doing these things, I figured, well, at least I can share what tips I have that can lessen the impact of a trip like this. But that is the one thing I regretted. And I'm not talking about not doing anything. That's my point. I'm talking about asking for help when you truly need it and not doing anything you will regret later. Because there's no room in life for regrets. There's no time for it. So enjoy the get together. Follow the tips. You will enjoy it more. You will have less pain later. But don't go too far. Know where you should stop. And stop. Don't be like me. I do things that I know I shouldn't do. And I keep pushing. And I don't do it to prove that I can. I do it because every once in a while, in a very blue moon, something occurs that reminds me so much of my old life that I feel like that I have that back some because my entire life changed. But I don't. And I need to know my limits and I need to know when to stop, when to slow down, when to ask for help. So that is the difference I'm talking about. When you know that you've gone a little bit too far, slow down, ask for help. Step 4, rest and recover and no regrets. After your event is over and you have done the amazing things that you've done, at that point, it is now time to sit your butt down. Do not move. Rest. Get that recovery period. Allow your body to recover. This next section here, I talk a little bit about some things that I personally have done to help relieve the symptoms of my fibromyalgia after a get-together. But I need to be clear, I am not a physician. I am just a woman who has this complex disease, syndrome, condition. They're not even quite sure what to call it. But if you do have it, you know that just because a treatment may work for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you. It's that complex. So please keep in mind, again, I am not a physician. I am just a woman who has experienced these things and have found that they have worked for me. I highly recommend speaking to your physician if you are looking for any sort of treatment that may help to reduce any sort of after effects of a get-together. And I know that Epsom salt baths help my fibro, and Epsom salt is magnesium. And I will say this, I know for a fact that high doses of magnesium can be dangerous. For me, I took 200 more milligrams than I normally do the next day. I should have taken them that day, but I took them the next day. And I did it because it helps to stave off some of the skin pain, where the touch of, notice I'm not wearing my ring. I can't right now. It hurt too much. But my clothes are not hurting me right now. And that is because I took that extra magnesium. I just know it. So, afterwards, rehydrate, because I know you didn't drink the water like you're supposed to. Rest, because I know that you did follow the steps I just gave you. And eat well. Don't make it yourself. Have your significant other or order in. Whatever you have to do, you need to eat without making dinner. You need to eat without having to get it. And you need it healthy. So make sure that you do that. I didn't do that. That's why I'm feeling the way I am today. Because I would have been already heading towards feeling better. And I'm not. because I put this chair together last night. And I didn't sleep last night. Again. And I was working on a video yesterday. Multiple videos. Again. So yeah, I'm not following my rules. These are the rules to lessen them. I didn't say that I follow them, by the way. Be patient with yourself again. You have to. You knew it was coming. You knew the cost, what it was going to be. Don't regret it. Just be patient with yourself, because you know that it's going to get back to what your normal is, and you'll be able to deal with it again really soon. I'm paying the cost right now. Surprise, surprise. He acted up the counter onto the floor, but it was my responsibility to clean it up for him. And I remember after that. Surprise, surprise. I was attempting to send you this message that my legs are unhappy with me, and instead I got a message of nothing because I fell asleep. But it's what happens, and that's what I want you to know. Don't beat yourself up. Beating yourself up about these things is not going to help you any. It's not going to de-stress you. It's not going to lessen how much pain you're in. It literally is just going to add to it. We know our limitations. We know what we should or shouldn't be doing. And if we do it anyway, we've made a choice to do that. And we know the cost, and we're willing to pay it. And, you just gotta sometimes. And when you do, don't regret it. While here at the park, what did we do? We had the best hour, went swinging on the swings, and we rode the carousel. Do I advise those things for Spoonies to do? Well, depends. Are you willing to pay the price? Having a MerMazing day, I will tell you that much. And it's definitely worth the pain. I've done it just to teach you what not to do.
That one.
We are down on Kuna Drive, C-U-N-A, and this place is gorgeous. Just gorgeous. It's moments like these that definitely make it worth all the pain, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And we are going to feel the pain because we already are. What did you find out from that park ranger, sir? Please.
Well, he was telling me what that thing is right there.
What is it?
They would just heat up cannonballs and take them and stick them in these guns to shoot at the ships.
So they're already preheated.
Yeah.
So they're
So
hot.
they'd be like red hot cannonballs. And he said, it sounds pretty good in theory, but he's not even sure whether it was ever used in battle.
And how do you get it
Because
up
none
there
of the
once
big
you heat
ships
it
could
up?
get in.
No,
They said they had little dimples, and he would
okay.
just here.
Here it comes.
Catch it! Because I don't regret doing this. We are here at the fort, which is the oldest port in the United States. It is so cool, and it's so beautiful. From this side, you can see all of these are all stones here that were handmade.
These are bullet holes from executions.
From executions.
Yeah, this was the.
I don't want to stay by this wall.
Well, we're already there.
It's a dangerous place. We could get
Did you
shot.
do something wrong?
I'm not telling you that. That's a secret.
Not even hit the broadside of a barn. I mean, they
Oh,
got
yeah.
they got their line of people,
Oh yeah, they're just hitting everywhere.
blindfolded and
They
hands
don't
tied.
have to really shoot from a distance, do they?
No, they usually don't. Usually, if it's
They could
one
just
guy-
walk up and shoot him.
Yeah, usually, and if they're executing like one guy, they have like 5 or 6 riflemen, but only one
one
rifle
guy.
has a round in it,
So why is everybody shooting?
so they don't know who. So they can
Oh, so you don't feel guilty.
exactly.
Ah.
But
Pam's
no,
like
these
all
are-
about getting all up in those holes. She's like, she wants to feel the blood that's in there.
Look at the shells. This is a
Ah.
big shell here.
Let's see.
A couple of bigger ones right in there.
I don't know how well.
see it right
come
in
out.
here.
It'll come out later. I'll see it. I do see it though. It's beautiful. So this entire wall is made of shells.
Yes, these are coquina stone.
Isn't that crazy?
You know, and a chunk like this will weigh like 30, 40 pounds. Just a chunk like this is extremely heavy. I've got one at home about that big around, about that tall.
Wow.
It weighs
What do
like
you do with it?
75 pounds. I don't know where I got it. I think it came with the house.
And what do you do with it?
Nothing.
It just sits there.
It just sits there.
I wonder, is it plotting against him? What do you
Probably. Probably. Would take me away from my family and friends.
I want to be by the other big boulders. Or that. Hey guys! Isn't this fantastic? How could you not? This is worth it. This is worth it. Oh my God, or that. Oh my God, it's Steve Irwin. Steve Irwin, how are you?
Doing well, thanks.
Oh my God, how are you alive? How you died?
Been working out. I think you're thinking of the other Steve Irwin.
Oh,
Rest
okay.
his soul.
Now we heard that gentleman up there might be Needy's competition, so we are here and we're going to take him out. I challenge you. I'll take you out. You cannot compete with Needs More Subs. He's a superhero. You are a anti-hero. That's right. We got you back. Hey everybody, look what we found. The next horse for Michael to ride. What's it made out of, Tam?
Bark. Tree bark.
Tree bark. You think you get a couple splinters? Nah. Not Michael, right?
Michael likes pain.
A little bit, I think.
I think.
He likes to torture us.
Yeah.
I think he can take it.
He's a man. He can handle it.
A long, long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. And I knew if I had my chance that I could make those people dance, and maybe they'd be happy for a while. But February made me shiver. Come on, Mike. With every paper I delivered, bad news on the doorstep. Couldn't take one more step. Can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride. But something touched me deep inside the day the music died. And they were singing, bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. I'm telling you guys, it was such an amazing time, and I don't regret any of it. And everything hurts right now, and I don't care. That's why this is still on my face. This is still on my face because I made the choice going in. I knew going in. I knew everything I should have been doing. And don't forget, every single day is a gift. And part of the reason why I am Timey Lives is because of that, because I'm alive today. But it's also really cool because it became a way for me to remind my own self, just by looking at my YouTube channel, that I'm alive and it's worth it, for sure. Step 5, well, you'll see. Listen closely now. The final step for a person who has a chronic illness to make the most of any get-together, whether it be a YouTuber or a wedding or a family reunion or what, dinner out, whatever it is, the final step is to make sure that whatever it is, you know in advance what your cost is going to be and that it's worth it, so there are no regrets. And do it again and again and again and again. Thank you so much for joining me today. I truly hope that this video has been helpful to you. If it has, please don't forget to hit the red button and splash the bell. And while you're at it, if you enjoyed it, tickle that like button, because you never know. It just may giggle at you. Things like that happen when you're around a mermaid. Thank you so much for the like. Have an amazing day, guys. Rock on, my wild ones, and wild ones unite. Always be there for each other. And don't forget, if I can follow my dreams, you surely can follow yours. Get out there and make them as amazing as you are. Bye for now.
Make it MerMazing.
It's group hug time.
I'm so tall I can sit in the back.
Greg, were you getting in?
I'll just do this here.
I thought you were getting in the group hug.
I don't see how that would work.
Why not? Come on. Hold it up over the top. In the middle of the group hug.
I'm trying.
He's so tall.
So this video, you can just pan it around.
It's going down the, it's going up the alley.
Love you guys. So, I am now Assassin's Creed, and I'm going to climb this wall. I don't know how to make it look like I'm climbing the wall without climbing the wall.
You're not going to actually climb.
No, I'm not climbing the wall.
What do you do?
Climb that one. Wait, that's a better one.
We can also do
Oh, she's going to be hurting so bad.
and put it horizontal so it looks like you're actually going up the wall.
That's a good idea.
Ready?
Yeah, we're ready. Yeah. This is going to go horribly wrong. Oh, there we go. That's pretty good. There you go.
I'm going still. I don't know what I'm doing.
No, I didn't get to see the
Oh,
dance.
you missed the silly dance? Oh, wait. Ready? This one's for Gator. I'm dabbing, baby. So, you know, guys, I wouldn't recommend you doing what I did today, but I will say this. Today was so amazing and so wonderful, and I know I'm going to pay for it, but it's okay because I know the cost, and I weighed and measured it, and this is so worth it. So worth it. So definitely, you know, you have to weigh and measure it for yourself. You have to weigh and measure it for yourself and know in your heart that what you're doing is worth it. So find a way, rise above, and get her done. Thank you so much for coming today. I really appreciate it, and I really hope you enjoyed your time here. If you did, take a look. somewhere around here or here, there's going to be a playlist of Timey Sings, and then there's also another video there for you to choose from. Go ahead, check them out. Feel free to binge watch me. I won't complain at all. I look forward to seeing you again real soon. Rock on, my wild ones, and wild ones unite. Always be there for each other. And don't forget, if I can follow my dreams, you surely can follow yours. Get out there and make them as amazing as you are. I'll see you again real soon. Bye for now.